All right, this is the exciting conclusion of our book. We're on the 12th installment of it, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. You might remember Percy beat Hades in a fight, and he gave the Helm of Darkness back to one of the Furies, and apparently she delivered them back to New York. So here they are at the Empire State Building, one of the very tall buildings in New York, and they have the Master Lightning Bolt. They're going to return to Zeus, and they're hoping to stop the war from happening by clearing up all the misunderstandings. Here we go as a narrative box. It says Manhattan. That is an area of New York City, June 21st. Pay attention, Percy. When you get to New York, here's what you do. First, take a cab to the Empire State Building. That's where they are. Tell the guard at the desk that you want to take the elevator to the 600th floor. He'll insist there are only 102 floors. So find a way to convince him to let you through. And look, he did. All the things happened just the way they said, and he showed him the Master Bolt. See that? That must have convinced him. He gave him this key card. Do you see that? Put the key card he gives you into the slot in the elevator. When the doors open, wow, this is a big panel. It's all one big one. You'll be at the home of the gods. Do you see how it takes you all the way up, and floating above the city magically is the new location of Mount Olympus, where all the gods live and Zeus has his palace. Do you see that? You'll be at the home of the gods. All right. Zeus and Poseidon will be in the palace at the summit. The summit is the top. You dare to fly through my domain? I should have blasted you from the sky for your impudence and risk destroying your prized bolt. Let us hear him out, brother, so I can infer that Percy's already in there. I think he's the person that Zeus is yelling at. Let's find out. Oh, there he is. See how he's little? And then here's Zeus, and here's Poseidon. I can tell for sure it's Poseidon because remember he had sandals before, and he has this long pitchfork called a trident. Okay, it's like a spear. I brought this, uncle, even though I'm not the one who stole it. It was Ares, with help from someone inside Camp Half-Blood. I sense that you speak the truth, but for Ares to do such a thing, it is most unlike him. He is proud and impulsive. It runs in the family. I don't think it was him. I mean, not exactly. Something else was controlling him. After I beat him on the beach, there was this presence, some weird shadow. It reminded me of dreams I've been having about a voice coming from a pit that we saw in the underworld. It was the entrance to Tartarus. Something evil, powerful and evil, is stirring down there, something even older than the gods. Do you see these bold words here? Those bold words mean I say them a little louder. It was the entrance to Tartarus. Something powerful and evil is stirring down there. Looks like he's thinking. We will speak no more of this. I must go and purify this bolt in the waters of Lemnos to remove the human taint from its metal. Lemnos is another river. You have done me a service, boy. To show you thanks, I shall spare your life. But I do not trust you, Perseus Jackson. You are your father's wrongdoing, and I worry what your arrival bodes for the future. Well, I guess I'm glad he's not killing him, but it seems like he could be a little more thankful, right? Oop, he disappeared. Ah, brother, you always were one for dramatic exit. Father, sir, it's Kronos, isn't it? Down in that pit? The voice I heard in my dreams? It's the king of the Titans. I fear that it may be indeed. In the first war, Zeus cut our father into 1,000 pieces and cast his remnants into the darkest pit of Tartarus. And yet Titans cannot die, no more than we gods can. Whatever remains of Kronos is still alive in some hideous way, still conscious in his eternal pain, still hungering for power. He's healing. Kronos is coming back. Kronos does stir from time to time to enter men's nightmares and breathe evil thoughts to awaken restless monsters. But to suggest he could rise from the pit? But you can't. Zeus has closed discussion on the matter of Kronos. You have completed your quest, and that is all you need to do. I mean, if you say so, Father. Obedience does not come naturally to you. I must take some blame for that, I suppose. The sea does not like to be restrained. You must go now. Zeus would not be pleased to find you lingering here when he returns. Right. Wouldn't want to remind him of your wrongdoing. He's feeling bad, I think. Percy? And Percy's walking away. Oh, look, he's shrinking down. Do you see that? I am sorry you were born. I have brought you a hero's fate, and a hero's fate is never anything but tragic. Most of all, I am sorry that our laws forbid me from treating you as a father should his child. But you have done well today. Whatever else you do, know that you are mine. You are a true son of the sea god. Of that I shall always be proud. That's a good spot. There we go. All right. Now they're in the next place. Camp Half-Blood, June 22nd. The next day, look, they're back. I see it looks like this might be Poseidon and Chiron, and then Percy and Annabeth and Grover. Grover has no shirt on there. Yay! Fellow campers, I present to you Grover Underwood, Annabeth Chase, and Percy Jackson. Let us applaud them, for they have done us all proud. Way to go! Hooray! So the little, oh, I was wrong. That isn't Poseidon. That must be Mr. D, Dionysus. Humph. So the little brats didn't get themselves killed, and now they'll have even bigger egos. Huzzah! He clearly doesn't like being here. So you can see he has horns and his goat legs there on Grover because he's really a satyr, right? Which is half goat. I gotta say, I half thought Zeus would blast your plane to smithereens. Admit it, you're glad to see me still in one piece. In your dream, seaweed brain, let the feast of celebration begin. Ba-boom, pop-pop. Kaboom, crackle. That's a lot of sound effects, huh? The Hephaestus kids really know how to put on a fireworks show. Hephaestus is the god of forges, which is where you have hot fire and you use it to make weapons and stuff. There's good cause to be festive. If you paid attention to my lectures, then you will remember that heroes rarely achieve your level of accomplishment. You are still quite young. We did all right, didn't we? All right? The Council of Cloven Elders said my performance was brave to the point of indigestion. Horns and whiskers above anything they've seen in the past. I'm to begin my search for Pan right away. Oh, good, he achieved his goal. Don't forget to practice your reed pipes and make sure you bring enough tin cans. And, geez, Annabelle, you're worse than an old nanny goat. She's kind of mothering him there. See that? Congrats, pal. You'll be the one to find Pan. I'm sure of it. It's good to know at least one of us got what they wanted out of this quest. Aw, Percy, I'm sorry about your mom, and here I am gloating. It's okay. I'm happy for you, really. Hey, where's Luke? I'd like to swap quest stories with him now that I have some of my own. What did I say? Percy, about Luke. Look, everyone's looking away. I wonder what happened. Perhaps it would be best if I spoke to you alone. No one has seen Luke since he was told of your quest's success. He fled camp without explanation. I'm afraid that leaves us but one conclusion. Remember, Percy, the shoes that pulled Grover to the edge of Tartarus? You were their intended wearer. Why? Of all the people, are you sure? It sounds like maybe Luke might be a bad guy. It seems Luke was the thief of the symbols of power. Rarely have the talents of a divine bloodline been put to such nefarious ends. He must have summoned the hellhound that day at the creek as well, perhaps to make us believe you were unsafe here, so we would send you away. As for his motives, it is difficult to say. Luke has always been a troubled boy, in part because of his estrangement from his father. Yeah, his father doesn't talk to Luke either. A mind in such a state is fertile ground. A power as strong as Kronos can sow wicked crops. So they're saying that Luke was influenced by Kronos. The oracle warned I'd be betrayed by one who calls me friend. When I unzipped the backpack in the underworld, I was sure it was Ares. He pretended to help, but he was trying to get me killed all along. Ares was the god who has turned. I mistook those words to be a reference to Hades. As I said, the oracle's prophecies are not always clear until events come to pass. There was one line from the prophecy I didn't tell you about, though. You shall fail to save what matters most in the end. The meaning of that one is crystal clear. Is it? Perhaps the oracle meant that you could not save your mother because she must save herself. And I don't mean from Hades. Whether to leave your stepfather, whether to pursue her own dreams, she alone must find the courage to make these choices. Something tells me she already has. What? How do you... Returning the helm gained you favor. Even the Lord of the Dead pays his debts. Look, it looks like his mom by the car. Mom? See you next summer, child. Yay, he's getting with his mom's not dead and they're back. End of book. Did you love it? It was pretty cool, wasn't it? Did you know there are other books like this? The very next one is The Sea of Monsters. So if you are interested, you could check out Sea of Monsters, maybe from the library. Or perhaps I might read it again next in graphic novel form. If you have any questions or would like to talk about this, you can message me through Seesaw, or you can email me at jmartinsen@d75.org. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I sure did love reading this story with you and teaching you about how to read graphic novels.